Hey everyone, welcome to a day in the life as an overnight CNA and also a nursing student, but I don't start nursing until January 16th, so really just a CNA, but it's 10 o'clock. I don't have to be at work until 11. We were watching Monk today, you know. Let's see how this goes because last time I tried to do a day in the life as a CNA, I could not do anything because it was so busy, and which is fine, you know. I'm going to work, not to do anything else but work. But like I thought maybe during my breaks or whatever, I could, you know, sit and chat. But even during my breaks, all I wanted to do was just sit and take a break, you know. So we'll see, but I'm going to hit you back up once I get dressed. Yeah. This is my work outfit. I usually wear a fleece to work because it's cold. So, but these are our colors. I already showered earlier. I don't smell, but I just like reapplying deodorant before I go. And then I really love this Vanilla and Dream body mist spray from Victoria's Secret. Pink Victoria's Secret. So, and I also have some in my purse, but I like to devour myself in it, you know? And it's okay. It's not like, I know what they say, like at work, you definitely don't want to devour yourself. Actually, you want to do the opposite. But this is body mist. It's not perfume, so it's not too strong. Anything like that. I had ordered some pizza. Hold on, let me turn this back. I had ordered some pizza earlier that I'm about to put in the fridge before I go. The fridge is not that cold. Crazy. I know. Damn it. Dave is so wasteful. Like he reminds me of my sister. He opened up this can like, oh, I'm gonna finish this. No, you're not. And put it in the fridge as if he was gonna finish it. Right, we are ready to go. I don't actually bring my Speedy in with me, but I do have my stuff in here and my phone I'm filming on. It could be sweeter, but I'm not trying to use that much sugar. So I am currently putting some more blankets, and I purposely blurred out what's behind me so you can't see it. I'm putting some more blankets in the warm blanket fridge. But I think there's a lot of blankets already in here, actually. Typically these are what people ring for in the middle of the night. So far I walked into work, clocked in at 10:58. Look at me, 2 minutes early. I typically grab a care plan. By state law, you have to have a care plan. I grabbed, what else did I grab? A care plan. I grabbed the vital sheet. of who I would be collecting vitals, such as temperature, respirations, heartbeat per minute, blood pressure, a person's oxygen levels, their O2. So grabbed that, and then I grabbed the shower sheet of who like gets a shower tomorrow morning. And if we know that, we help get some people up in the mornings. So I always like to underline who gets a shower tomorrow, so then that way I look at, you know, my residents and like who isn't under the shower, I can get them up and wash them up and get them up, so that way that helps out the morning people. So I had 10 people on vitals, so I hate that because I hate waking people up, but because I haven't been on this wing in 2 weeks, I really didn't know anyone down here. Like, obviously there are people that I knew, but there's a lot that I didn't. So typically once you start to get the hang and know people, you can be like, okay, maybe I won't wake this person up right away, because you'll know like they ring throughout the night, so then you can just collect their vitals then. But I had no idea, so I, you know, woke everybody up. Excuse me. And I hate that because there'll be people that, you know, like no one wants to be woken up out of their sleep, but there are reasons and why people have to get their vitals collected. So after that, we did report, and that's when the nurse, she comes with her care plan and she talks about the patients on the wing and what's important to memorize or to remember, and just gives us like a quick brief summary of each patient and a breakdown of like what we can be assisting with them throughout our shift, any changes, things of that nature. And that's always very important. I always love a nurse that gives their CNA's reports, always chef's kiss. What else? Oh, and I got some coffee. So after reports, or sometimes I had to put in the vitals, which took forever to do because there was a lot of people. But sometimes during report, I usually get a coffee in there before we do our report. But today, and because there were so many, I ended up putting in actually the vitals first, and then we did report, and then I got my coffee. So far it's an okay shift, but it's way too early to say that. And honestly, starting the shift, it started off kind of rough, but you know, we're alive, we're doing it, working the shift. It's already gonna be 1 soon. I can't believe it is. Wait, what time is it? Oh, I'm on my phone. Is that clock right? Is it almost 1 in the morning? Yeah, it is. It's 12:45. So I've been here for almost 2 hours and it doesn't even feel like it. Crazy. So, but yes, this is what a Monday. It's so funny because working the overnights, it's technically already Tuesday, but this is what a Monday night normally feels like. So I'll hit you guys back up at break time, but the things that we get ringed for are medication, assisting to the bathroom, being weighed, emptying Foley's, emptying or catheter bags, or emptying colostomy bags, changing underpants or clothing, being wiped down, you know, just a numerous amount of things, applying ointments or creams or whatever, things like that we get ringed for, and warm blankets. So yeah, but I'm going to place myself down a hall where I feel like near somebody who may be fall risk, and so if they do get up, I'm able to hear them. And typically people with fall risk, this is weird doing like a day in a life as a CNA because I can't show you anything, so I have to sit there and just do like this dialogue with you. But yeah, so I'm gonna plant myself somewhere where I can keep an eye out for a fall risk resident until someone rings, and usually those things I listed is why people typically ring. So sometimes we have to do manual blood pressures, but this is our vital machine. And this is pretty much it's simple. That's our blood pressure. That tells us our blood pressure. This tells us our heartbeat per minute. Over there tells us the temperature, and then down there is our oxygen levels, O2. The Hoyer lift was in a residence room, so this is the Sarah lift, which we use quite often. This is a sit to stand lift. So typically a person will put their hands on the handle. They will put their feet placed down there. They would have a belt around their foot and a belt around their waist that also gets attached to the handles. Alright, so I'm talking to you in the dark real quick. So exciting stuff just happened. When I say exciting, I mean as like working in the healthcare field, not for the resident or patient. We get apartment calls, okay? And so we had to go to an apartment call that required us to really mask up. And it was like due to a respiratory issue. And they had to call 911. And the reason why I get excited about 911 calls is because I'm currently waiting for I put in my application to get my EMT license. So it's currently in progress, okay? And I knew because of the situation, like even though I saw like the EMTs there, I knew like this is definitely a paramedic call. So I was just waiting for the paramedics to call. And it was so funny because the nurses were like, oh my gosh, more people. And I'm like, yeah, like me inside, they don't know that I pursuing EMT, but I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a paramedic call. But it was very exciting. And you know, there are things that I knew that I was more knowledgeable about, like, and I was happy that I was able to help with the knowledge that I knew. So, yeah, it was very exciting, very, very exciting. I'm always for an apartment call, okay? I don't know, I feel like a part of me would see myself working in the emergency department because it's just like I want something like this. I could see myself working here but also working in an emergency department just because I love the excitement. I mean, like I said, like hopefully, you know, this person turns out to be perfectly fine and all of that. That reminds me, I need to wash my hands actually. All right, so it's about that time. It's 5 in the morning, and now I'm off to try to get, I shouldn't say get people up, but kind of wash them, assist them to the bathroom, things like that. So far, it's been an okay shift. I hate saying that because I know, like, on the other hand, the residents, the people who we support, I've heard like a lot of just, there's people are ill, people are not feeling well, so a lot of people just have not been feeling well, to kind of be vague and sum it up. So although it's been kind of an icky night for some people, I feel like overall, as far as like my shift went, it's going okay, but it's rough for the people that need our support and stuff like that. But anyways, we are also out of washcloths, so I'm grabbing the larger washcloths. So I'm gonna wash up 2 people, I guess. Yeah, so basically my duties are I'm gonna empty catheter bags, wash up 2 people, assist anyone that needs like to go to the bathroom, things like that. I need to chart, and pass out some waters, and then obviously answer call lights for people who, especially now around this time, it's going to be crazy. People are going to be wanting their meds because around this time is typically med pass anyways. So but yeah, so after all that is done and passing out waters, and then transferring over shifts to the next CNAs that come in at 7, so it's 5, so it takes about 2 hours. It goes by so fast. At 6 o'clock, I'm found some grip socks to put on someone's feet. We are almost halfway there. I still have to get up someone else and pass out waters. I kind of finished charting for the most part, but yep, still at it. Okay, so it is 6:30 now. So some of the issues real quick that I feel like not just every like night shift and morning shift, you know how shifts talk about each other. I feel like one of the huge issues is like, oh, this shift is lazy, that shift is lazy. And I think one of the huge problems in the medical care system is, okay, when you have patients that are alert, okay, that means that they have their rights. You know, they have the right to say no. They have the right. And it becomes a tricky situation if there are people that we support, like in the medical field where like, you know, especially being a CNA, like, you know, like they're drenched in wet and urine, but they have the right to say, I am tired right now. I have not slept all day. And when I get up, I will get changed. You cannot make me do this. I am tired. I'm going to go back to bed. They have that right. But it becomes pretty tricky if, like, let's say, for example, you know, a Jane or John Doe, maybe they have like a bed sore. Maybe they have the area is getting red and it really shouldn't be, acid really shouldn't be sitting, or your urine shouldn't be sitting on your skin for that long. Well, anyone, period, you know, generally speaking, but it just becomes a little bit tricky. And then, so then it's like, if the next shift comes in, whether it's night shift, morning shift, evening shift 3 to 11, whatever shift comes in, and we see that, or let's say I come in and I see that, there's like this assumption that, oh, so-and-so didn't change that person, when in reality, they absolutely refused, you know, and they have the right to refuse. But it just becomes tricky in situations that it's kind of like, it's not the best decision to make, you know? But, and then another thing too is I thought I was going to be getting up more people this morning, but a lot of people, especially down at the wing that I'm at, they're like 100% alert, and they will be like, I do not want to get up. And that is perfectly fine. That is their right. I don't want to get up right. Like if I was at home, no, I would not want to be getting up right now. Like, leave me alone. Okay. So it's perfectly understandable, especially when we have to get weights, but, you know, my biggest fear or my anxiety comes in when like the next shift comes in and I'm ready to go home and they're like, but so-and-so isn't weighed, and it's like, they refused. They have that right. And it's not anything that we make up. It's nothing that, I would love nothing more than to weigh people right now. I would love nothing more than to get someone dressed or answer a call light. But the reality is that people are alert and they are saying they want to go back to sleep. You know what I mean? And so that's their right. So it just becomes like a tricky situation sometimes when transferring shifts, depending on what shifts works. I feel like a lot of people experience this in the medical field of just, especially like being like a CNA tech, etc. You know, it becomes tricky. So that's what kind of what I'm anxious about right now is, I know like what morning shift wants, but I also know what I know what they want. I know it's not done, but I know it's not done because it's a patient's right. So anyways, I was in here getting some stuff in the closet and I thought I'd just communicate that because that's what's been going on. It's the last 30 minutes and yeah, let's do this. I'm pretty much finished charting for the most part, answered a lot of call lights, you know, people wanting to get up, go to the restroom or want their medications, or, you know, asking me the weather. I feel like my third job is meteorologist, and I'm like, by the third ask, I was like, okay. Because at first I was like, I come in at 11, so I'm not sure, and they think I'm morning shift, and so finally I like pulled out my phone and was like, what is the weather? Because I have no idea. I swear that's like my third job is being a meteorologist. But, oh man, and then we have a lot. It's the flu season, y'all. So, I mean, thank goodness, because of nursing school, like a month ago, I took so many vaccines. And I did get kind of sick during Christmas, during Vlogmas, but I think because I had so many vaccines last month, I didn't get what a lot of people, like what's going on or what's going around in Connecticut, or basically, I don't know, it's flu season. So anyways, all right, shift is almost done. See, so I just clocked out, but this is what I was talking about in the last clip. So as I was walking out, I heard a nurse say, hold on. So I heard a nurse tell a CNA, oh, you're not supposed to put that in. You're not supposed to be weighing so-and-so like the night shift is. And so I asked, you know, the aide, hey, what is the weight? Because the aide had already weighed the resident. And after I entered in the weight, I went to the nurse and I was like, just let you know, the reason why the morning aide weighed this person, it's because, you know, this person refused. And I don't know what it is from the time that we leave from like 7 o'clock, because we will ask to the very end and they'll be like, no. And then once, you know, all the lights are on and, you know, morning shift comes in, it's different. And I just saw like another nurse like eyeing the other nurse like, oh, they're lying, they just don't want to weigh people. And that's not the truth. And that's one thing that I truly like severely dislike. There's no reason for, I get like, if they even knew how much I appreciate this job, I get paid so decently. I get paid so well. I just found out, I thought there was a mistake. I genuinely thought, so when I looked at my pay stubs of the pay that I'm going to get paid this pay period, when I looked at that, I took New Year's Eve off, right? New Year's Eve, because I work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So New Year's Eve is a holiday. And New Year's Eve, like, so after 11 p.m. it goes into 12 a.m. Anyways, long story short, I took off New Year's Eve, right? And I entered in my vacation time, right? But when I looked, I saw that I have my vacation time in and I have double time. So basically New Year's, for people who worked, they got paid double time. But if you put in 8 hours of your vacation time on a holiday, you still get paid. You still get treated as if you worked double time. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. I thought that was a mistake on their part, and there's not. I was just schooled by someone who's been here for 10 years. Like, no. Even if you don't work Christmas, but if you have vacation days and you put in for Christmas, you're still treated, you still get paid double pay. You still get paid that. So I was, that was one of my coworkers saying hi. You still get paid that. So I was like, we just get paid so well that, yeah, I want to do my job. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do my job. Like, they just have no idea how much I appreciate. It's almost embarrassing how much I appreciate how much I get paid. You know, especially working as a CNA. I get paid more than some LPNs. That's how crazy. So, anyways, things like that. But anyways, this shift is over. Yeah, that was pretty much a day in a life as a CNA. I always get weird doing these videos because I feel like a lot of it, it's not like I can just show you, hey guys, here's the room here, here's what I'm doing here, because you know what I mean, HIPAA, I'm actually working with real people who deserve their privacy to the utmost, you know what I mean? So it's hard, but this is a day in life as a CNA, and I can't wait to start nursing school. I can't wait to be more involved in this. Like, I cannot wait to get my EMT license so I can also work EMT in the meantime, because I have 2 years of nursing school. So I figured, you know, while I'm working as a CNA, I can also, you know, pick up some shifts and work as an EMT as well, just so I can be exposed to more, like situations and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Sorry, I just got so distracted because everyone's like pulling into the parking lot and I'm like looking everywhere. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye guys.